Hello everybody, it's Matt, Comic Quarter 410, here to share with you the back issues I picked up over the month of January. I was pretty happy with how I did. I hit a sale at my local comic shop that does my pull list, and they always treat me great in the first place. I also hit a really small local convention. It was $3 to get in, only had 20 to 30 dealer tables. Most of the pricing was really competitive. Found some great stuff and some really good deals in the discount bins I couldn't believe. So, first off, I was really stoked to finally get my hands on a copy of this enormous sized, enormous one shot from Image Comics. This predates the current enormous series. It is also by Tony Daniel and Mehdi Chagor. In my experience, extremely hard to find in the wild. I grabbed this up. This beautiful, beautiful copy was only $20, and I'm very happy to have it because now I have all the enormous books. So happy to get my hands on these as well. They were very cheap and they're not bad copies at all. This is Hell Rider magazine from 1971. It's by Skywald Publications. And this magazine, Skywald published some magazines in the 70s. The only ones you might have heard of really are Psycho Magazine, Nightmare Magazine. But I was kind of interested when I found out that this character was co-created by Ross Andru and Mike Esposito. They worked on the book, and the great Bill Everett did the backup stories in here. So I snatched up issue number 1, and this is Hell Rider number 2, the final issue. So it was quite short-lived, but I got a great deal on them. I was just interested to see, especially Bill Everett's work in the back there. Got some good deals here. This is Detective 554. Not a perfect copy, not too bad though. I would think it was like $5 after discount. This is the intro of the new Black Canary, or first appearance of the new costume, whatever. Got a good deal on it though. Was very, very happy to finally get my hands on DC Comics Presents 26. I'm a huge fan of Wolfman and Perez's new Teen Titans run, so I should have already owned this book, considering I also needed it for my DC Presents run, but speculation hit when they announced a possible Teen Titans TV show, and this book shot up, and I'm glad I waited it out because they finally announced they're not doing the Teen Titans TV show, and the price dropped a bit, which, you know, still the first appearance of a lot of great characters, but whatever. I was glad it dropped. This shop had it priced reasonably in the first place, and then I got a discount on it after that. So you can't really touch this book in this condition for anywhere near what I paid for it. I was very happy. And this is probably like a 9.092 copy. It's in the near mint minus range, maybe even a little better. They also had the very next issue here, DC Presents number 27. And this is the first appearance of Mongol. Got that half price, beautiful copy. Couldn't believe this. This was in the $3 box. It's not in too bad a shape. It's definitely, yellowed a bit. But Green Lantern number 89 for $3. You kidding me? I was all over that. This was also in the $3 box. Brave and Bold 119. Batman and the Man-Bat. And beautiful, beautiful copy actually for what I paid for it. I'm not sure if that's a Paro or who did that cover. This is Detective 532. It says 5 on it. I think it might have actually been $3, but it definitely wasn't more than 5. Been looking for this for a while. Absolutely love this cover by the great Gene Coulon, inked by Dick Giordano. This one too, couldn't pass it up. I thought 25 was a good price on this to begin with. Batman 229. Beautiful Neil Adams book and great condition here. And after the discount, it was $12.50. So had to buy that. Couldn't pass on that book. Was really stoked to get a near mint copy of Kazar number 1 for my collection. I'm a big Kazar fan, and I have complete runs of all the volumes, all the Marvel volumes of Kazar. So very happy to have that. It's a beautiful copy. Here's another book I bought just because it was a great copy and the price was amazing on it. I already own Detective 474, which is the reintro of Deadshot, and I've always loved this cover by Marshall Rogers, inked by the great Terry Austin. And when I saw this near mint upgrade for the price they had it, I think they had like 40 or 50 on it, which means I got this for $20 or $25. So very happy to get my hands on that. This shop never prices their hot movie speculation books too high. They want to sell them before the hype dies down. So they just like to keep stuff moving so they can put new books out. So plus it's competitive. There's like 3 or 4 stores in this like 30-40 minute area, and they all seem to have a sale every month. So that's pretty great for consumers, at least. Around my way, Deadpool books have been priced a little high lately. Needed this for my Deadpool Volume 1 run, Deadpool 50. Also wanted it because it has this beautiful Art Adams cover, and I'm a big fan of Arthur Adams. So I think I paid like $12 or $15 for that, even after the discount. It was priced kind of high, but compared to other books. But I'm fine with paying $12 for that, especially with the deals I got on other stuff. I actually bought 2 copies of this Wolverine 1999 annual where he fights Deadpool. They were priced pretty reasonably, and I got one for my buddy Michael Jocko because I know he needed it for his Wolverine run. Had to buy this for half price. When I looked over it, this is a near mint copy without a doubt. Beautiful copy of Star Wars number 2. And after the sale price, I think this was either $10 or $12.50. And was really happy to finally get my hands on this one. Star Wars Tales number 9. I have the trade paperback that reprints this issue. Again, this is another book that in my experience is very hard to find in the wild around where I live. When I have seen it, I've seen them priced anywhere from $25 to $40. I didn't get this book too cheap. I think it was about $15, but it was great to finally get my hands on it because this issue is a must-read for any Star Wars fan. It has a story by Ron Mars where the Sith priests resurrect Darth Maul to have him fight Darth Vader to the death, and it is awesome. So pick that up, or the trade that reprints it if you haven't read it. And this is a book that came out pretty recently over the past couple months. This is the variant to Huck number 1 by Mark Miller and Raphael Albuquerque. And it's been pretty good so far, so I'm interested to see where they go with that book. Some dollar bin finds real quick. Some of these might have been 3, but this is Nightbreed number 1. Found a near mint copy in the dollar bin. Gonna grab those. The later issues are harder to find in my experience, so I got number 5 also for $1. This, I think, was $2 or $3. This is the Gladstone Donald Duck 250. It reprints the Carl Barks classic. Donald Duck Finds Pirate Gold. So worth getting that just so I don't have to read my brittle copy. Again, already own this book, but for $1, I'm going to grab it. This is Star Slayer number 10, and this is the first appearance of Grimjack. Again, another dollar book, Hulk 346 with an Eric Larson and Todd McFarlane cover. Another double I got out of the dollar bin, X-Men 257. And I think this is the first appearance. It might be the second, but I believe it's the first appearance of the Ninja Psylocke. And regardless, this is one of the best Acts of Vengeance tie-ins where Mandarin and Psylocke fight the X-Men, and Jim Lee draws it superbly. So worth $1. This was $3, but still, it's in fantastic condition, and I needed it for my Spidey run, Amazing Spider-Man 196. And this might be the one where they faked the death of Aunt May. I said that about a book a couple months ago, and I never did reread it. But I think that could be the one where they fake her death. But I have to read it and find out because it's been a long time. Already own this book signed by Herb Trimpe. And this is actually a pretty awesome copy. And this was $3. What If number 2. So not leaving that there for that price. Found this for $1. Tales of the Teen Titans Annual 3. And this is the finale of the Judas contract for $1. And got Now Comix Speed Racer number 1 for $1. I'd like to actually put together a run of Now Comix Speed Racer and finish up my Ghostbusters because they should be cheap. Next up at this small con, was very happy to meet this guy, and I'm going to go see him every time he comes back to this show. There was a guy, all he had was long boxes of incentive variants, and they were $5 a piece or 5 for $20. So all these variants I'm showing were $4 a piece. Couldn't believe some of them. Back this up just a touch, sorry. This is Batman 33, and this is the 1 in 25 Paulo Rivera variant. Happy to get my hands on this beautiful Brian Bolland 1 in 25 variant to Batman and Robin, then called Batman and Two-Face number 25. Stunning cover. Been looking for this one for a while. 1 in 25 variant to Before Watchmen Minutemen. I think this is issue 1. No, it's number 2, sorry. But this variant's by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, who I'm a big fan of. Grabbed the 1 in 25 variant to Guardians of the Galaxy number 1. It's by Valerio Shitty. And I'm sure that poor guy's getting tired of hearing jokes about, oh, it's a shitty variant. Oh, it was a shitty book. Quite an unfortunate last name to have when you come to America. Was very happy to find these. These New Avengers variants, when the books came out in the early 2000s, I bought the 1 in 25s variants to New Avengers 1 through 8. So I was lucky enough to find this beautiful Herb Trimpe variant to New Avengers number 9. And I think this is Sal Buscema. I'm not sure, but I think it is. And this is the New Avengers number 10 1 in 25 variant. So very happy to add those to my collection. Could not believe this was in there for $4. This is the Star Wars number 12 1 in 100 sketch cover. And I mean, he had it priced at $10 before that, so I'm surprised nobody bought it for that. But I snatched that right up. Also got some other Shattered Empire variants, that I wanted. And I almost bought this for a lot more than $4 when it came out because I really like Mike Deodato. I think I almost paid like $15 for this. But I'm glad I didn't because I got the variant to Shattered Empire number 3 for $4. And also, this is another variant to Shattered Empire number 3. This is the Han Solo movie variant. And got this beautiful Sarah Pacelli variant to Shattered Empire number 4. Great cover there. Also had the 1 in 25 Mark Bagley variant to Amazing Spider-Man number 1, the current relaunch. Even though I don't like the series, I grabbed that variant. And was happy to get my hands on these. These are from the Death of Snake Eyes storyline. G.I. Joe 219 action figure variant. I'm not sure who did these. It looks like the original package art. Actually, I don't think it's John Tyler Christopher. Also got this Scarlet action figure variant to G.I. Joe 221. Was really stoked about this one. None of my shops that I saw got this variant. If one did, they sold it quick. But I know my Polish shop didn't order 30 copies of Shaolin Cowboy number 1 to get this stunning 1 in 30 Walt Simonson variant to number 1. And I've been looking for it for a while, and I was happy to get my hands on it, threw it right in Mylar. And also been reading Spread. This is only a 1 in 10, but I still wanted it. Because it's not a book that my shop, again, orders too heavily to where they get a lot of variants. So I got this action figure variant to the Spread number 7. And I encourage everyone to read that book if you like sci-fi horror. It's kind of like post-apocalyptic world meets The Thing meets Lone Wolf and Cub. It's very, very good. Got a great deal on some Marvel Bronze Age 30-cent test variants. A lot of you know I collect these. I buy them whenever I can find them. Some of these weren't in the best shape, but I got great deals on. A couple of them he threw in for free. Some of them were only $4, so got a great deal on these. This is the 30-cent test cover to Marvel's Eternals number 1. Has some problems here along the side of the cover, definitely, but it was very cheap. The 30-cent variant to Eternals 2 was in much better shape. Very happy to got that one. He had 2 variants to FF169. This one he just threw in, has a massive crease down the middle. It's kind of rough, but that's a 30-cent variant to FF169. And this is the better copy I picked up. Also got 2 copies of the 30-cent test cover to Fantastic Four 170. This one's not too bad, actually, but this one's much better. So threw that bad boy right in some Mylar. Happy that, they pull these aside and hold them for me. They really, really take good care of me. This is the one Fantastic Four 172 30-cent test cover, which I did not have. And another one I was missing. This one's kind of rough, but it was either $3 or $4. Incredible Hulk 202 30-cent test cover. And as Howler Mouse pointed out, that's just a great, great Dave Cockrum cover. Got the 30-cent test variant to Marvel Team Up 44. Beautiful Gil Kane cover. And Whitman variant, I forgot to open it up and look at the issue number because Whitman does not put the issue numbers on the cover, as we all know. But this Justice League of America Whitman variant I also got. So I was very happy, always happy to get my hands on those when I can find them. To close things out, got my hands on this stack of Underground comics, and I'm just tickled to death to have them. These were kind of throw in to sweeten the deal. This is a third print of the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers #1, but it's in horrible shape. So they just kind of tossed that in for me. Sorry, trying to center the camera a little better. And this is, I think it's 2 or 3, and this is the second print as well. But rough shape, but it was thrown in. This one, if anyone knows what this book is, please let me know. It's a S. Clay Wilson book, wraparound cover, and the inside's just like one-page art pieces. There's no story. There's no information inside that says what it is. So I do know it's S. Clay Wilson. So if anybody knows what that book is, I'd be really glad to know, but I bought it anyway. Got You Need a Comix. I guess this is #1. And that was part of this whole package deal. And these are the ones I was truly, truly, truly after. This is Zap Comics 0. Just a legendary series. Robert Crumb, Spain Rodriguez, so many of the Underground legends worked on this book, but issue 0 covers by the great Robert Crumb. And this is a first printing. It does have some problems, but I also got a second printing of Zap 0 as well. Bought them both. This is a third print of Zap #1. First printings are astronomically expensive, but I would love to have it. I believe this is a first appearance of Mr. Natural. They might have been in 0. I haven't read them yet. I have a big hardcover that prints all these. Got a first printing of Zap Comics #2. It does have, again, some water staining, some fox earring, but it is a first print. And these books are extremely hard to find in the first place, much less in high grade. This is a first print of Zap Comics #3. This is in nice shape, except it has that chip missing out of the front cover. But the price I got on these was unbelievable, in my opinion. Got a first printing of Zap Comics #4. Again, this one's in pretty nice shape. Some rubbing here. Paper quality is off color. A little bit of staining right there. But, you know, the paper quality on these are damn near impossible to find with white pages. Beautiful cover to Zap Comics #5. And again, this is a pretty nice copy. First printing. And then I also got first prints of Mr. Natural #1 and Mr. Natural #2 by the great Robert Crumb. And this entire stack of Underground books I just showed you, less than $200 for the stack. Actually, less than $180 for the whole stack. Couldn't believe it. So, was very happy that. And last but not least, for $10 each, I got these 2 Robert Crumb hardcovers from the same store. Carload of Comics, which cover price on this was $40, and it's out of print. They gave it to me for 10. And cover price on this, I think, is also 30 or 40. I think it's 30 on this. But this is another Robert Crumb hardcover, his adaptation of the Bible's Book of Genesis. And as many of you know, it's going to be offensive. His work is very offensive, but I think he's a genius. He's one of those few artists in comics who has transcended the comic medium. And, you know, him and Frank Frazetta, they crossed that line to where fine art snobs were starting to collect their artwork, and they really became these cultural icons. So I'm a big fan of his work, and the fact that it's crazy. Some of it's disturbing, but he is one of a kind, and he's not afraid to put it out there. So everyone, I appreciate your time. I know I ran a little bit long again, but I got to start showing my books more often. So everyone, thank you for your time. Thank you for stopping by. Take care of yourselves and enjoy your comic books.